Financial globalization refers to the global integration of financial markets, affecting how capital flows across the borders. In North America, particularly the United States, financial globalization has led to significant economic growth and improved the productivity. However, the evidence linking financial integration to sustained growth remains mixed. Conversely, South America has experienced a dual narrative. While some countries have benefited from capital flows, others have faced macroeconomic instability and financial crises. Nations like Brazil and Argentina have remained some of the world's most closed economies, with trade constituting less than 30% of gross domestic product or GDP.
Despite their differences, both regions share some similarities. Both North and South America have utilized financial globalization to attract investments, yet both face vulnerabilities to economic volatility. Ultimately, while North America exemplifies open financial markets and growth potentials, South America's reliance on governance and institutional quality remains crucial in navigating the challenges of globalization.
In economic terms, globalization has created clear differences between the global north and the global south. The global north leads in global trade, finance, and technology, benefiting from advanced industry, strong infrastructure, and high levels of investment. In contrast, the global south often relies on exporting raw materials and cheap labor. While some countries in the south have experienced rapid growth, many still struggle with poverty and limited industrial development. This economic gap reinforces the wealth differences between the north and the south in the global economy. Overall, globalization has shaped how these regions participate in the world economy, with varying levels of success and challenges.
Technological globalization connects countries across the globe, but the impact varies between the global north and global south. In the global north, technology plays a crucial role in daily life. High-speed internet, advanced artificial intelligence, and cutting-edge research are easily accessible, driving innovation in industries like healthcare, finance, and education. On the other hand, in the global south, while technology is making progress, is often slower and more limited. Many regions still struggle with access to stable internet and modern devices, creating a digital divide.
In the north, technology enables digital economies to flourish when e-commerce and online games, making more life convenient for millions. Meanwhile, in the south, digital tools are less widespread,
and traditional methods like cash transactions remain more common. However, efforts like mobile banking are helping bridge the gap. Despite these differences, technological globalization continues to bring the world closer together, offering opportunities for innovation and collaboration. But the journey to equal access remains ongoing. The future of global technology depends on inclusivity, ensuring that everyone, no matter where they are, can benefit from these advancements.
Ecological globalization. So, what is ecological globalization? Ecological globalization refers to the interconnectedness of environmental issues across the globe, highlighting how actions in one region can have significant impacts elsewhere. This concept manifests differently in the global south and north due to varying socio-economic contexts, environmental challenges, and levels of industrialization. So, in the global north often industrialized significantly contributes to global resource consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. They establish stringent environmental regulations and invest heavily in green technologies, renewable energy, and sustainable practices to support developing nations. In other hand, global south is vulnerable to environmental change, resource exploitation, and unsustainable practices due to poverty and limited resources. Indigenous and local communities possess valuable ecological knowledge, making their involvement crucial for effective conservation efforts and climate adaptation strategies. So, in conclusion, ecological globalization underscores the interconnectedness of North and South regions in addressing environmental challenges, emphasizing the need for collaborative efforts to foster sustainable development.
Comparison between North and South. The North were urban people for the most part, so they can have the more railroad, canals, and technology. The South is where usually rural farmers who took pride in serving their country in the military.
North and global South are profoundly different, shaped by historical trajectories, economic structures, social inequalities, and cultural expressions. While the global North has benefited from colonialism and globalization, the global South continues to grapple with the legacies of exploitation and underdevelopment. Bridging the gap between these regions requires addressing historical injustices, promoting equitable economic development, and fostering inclusive social and political systems. Recognizing the distinct realities and challenges faced by both regions is crucial for achieving a more just and sustainable global future.
Political globalization. The global north, typically including developed countries, tend to have more political power, stable governance, and advanced infrastructure. The global south, often compromising developing nation, faces challenges such as political instability, weaker institutions, and limited resources. This divide influences global decision-making, trade, and international relations, with northern countries often setting the agenda that affects southern nations, perpetuating cycle of inequality and dependence. North and South divide highlights the complexity of global inequality, where historical injustice and current policies continue to shape the political and economic landscape of nations. Addressing these disparities requires collaborative efforts to promote sustainable development, fair trade practices, and stronger global governance.
Cultural globalization is when countries around the world connect by sharing ideas, values, and traditions.
That's right. This means cultures can influence each other, creating a more global culture as people travel and communicate.
Let's start with the global north. Countries like the United States and those in Europe plays a big role in shaping global culture.
Exactly. The nurtures movies, music, and fashion that set trends everywhere. Hollywood is a great example. It influenced how we see entertainment. Now, let's talk about the global south, especially the Philippines. The Philippines has a rich culture that combines local tradition with influence from Spain and US.
Absolutely. Filipino culture features colorful festivals like Atihan and Sinulog, showing both local and foreign influences. Plus, the popularity of K-pop and other Asian music shows how culture in the South are becoming well-known and mixing with northern trends.
But there's a problem. Sometimes northern culture can overshadow local identities in the south.
That is true. This can create a feeling of dependence where local culture feel pressured to follow northern trends.
In the end, cultural globalization is a complex mix where both the global and north and south influence each other.
Definitely, it creates a rich global culture that shows the unique contribution of both regions.